Hello everyone. Our today's topic is the building units of the body. That is the brain, the lungs, and the heart. We will be learning about what are the three major internal organs of human body. What are these organs made up of? What are the functions of each of these organs? And so on. Human body is a combination of a variety of structures and organs, with each of them having a different function. Some of the major components of human body are skin, muscles, skeleton, stomach, liver, lungs, heart, kidneys, and the brain. Today, we will learn about three major internal organs of the human body. That are the brain, the lungs, the heart. The brain. Human brain is the main control center of your body. In fact, it is in charge of your entire body. Human brain consists of three main parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem. This lesson, Human Brain for Kids, teaches more facts about the human brain. Functions of the human brain. Checks all the information from the sense organs. Makes decisions about what to do. Sends signals out to get things done. Processes and stores huge amounts of information. What is the human brain made of? The human brain is an organ made of dense, grayish-pink tissue. It feels like stiff jelly and is covered with deep wrinkle-like grooves. The human brain is composed of neurons, blood vessels, and some supporting cells called glia. The brain has got its grayish color from the neurons and pink color from the blood vessels. An average adult human brain weighs about 1400 grams and contains billions of neurons and trillions of glial cells. These help you to think, feel, remember, dream, control your body, and live. Make fists with both of your hands and put them together. Now, you can get a rough idea of how big your brain is. Did you know there can be about as many cells in your brain as there are stars in the galaxy or the Milky Way? How is the human brain protected? The human brain is located inside the head. It is protected by the bones of the skull and a covering of three thin membranes called meninges. For extra protection, the brain is surrounded and cushioned by liquid that helps to absorb shocks. The human brain has its main parts. At this stage, we are going to learn the following major parts of the human brain. Parts of the human brain: cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem, the lungs. The lungs are a pair of spongy, air-filled organs located on either side of the chest. Thorax. The trachea or the windpipe conducts inhaled air into the lungs through its tubular branches called bronchi. The bronchi then divide into smaller and smaller branches called bronchioles, finally becoming microscopic. The bronchioles eventually end in clusters of microscopic air sacs called alveoli. In the alveoli, oxygen from the air is absorbed into the blood. Carbon dioxide, a waste product of metabolism, travels from the blood to the alveoli, where it can be exhaled. Between the alveoli is a thin layer of cells called the interstitium, which contains blood vessels and cells that help support the alveoli. The lungs are covered by a thin tissue layer called the pleura. The same kind of thin tissues lines the inside of the chest cavity, also called pleura. A thin layer of fluid acts as a lubricant, allowing the lungs to slip smoothly as they expand and contract with each breath. The human heart. What does the heart do? The heart is a pump, usually beating about 60 to 100 times per minute. With each heartbeat, the heart sends blood throughout our bodies, carrying oxygen to every cell. After delivering the oxygen, the blood returns to the heart. The heart then sends the blood to the lungs to pick up more oxygen. This cycle repeats over and over again. The circulatory system carries oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to cells and removes waste products like carbon dioxide. These roadways travel in one direction only to keep things going where they should. What are the parts of the heart? The heart has 4 chambers, 2 on top and 2 on bottom. The 2 bottom chambers are the right ventricle and the left ventricle. These pump blood out of the heart. A wall called the interventricular septum is between the 2 ventricles. The 2 top chambers are the right atrium and the left atrium. They receive the blood entering the heart. A wall called the intratrial septum is between the atria. The atria are separated from the ventricles by the atrioventricular valves. The tricuspid valve separates the right atrium from the right ventricle. The mitral valve separates the left atrium from the left ventricle. Two valves also separate the ventricles from the large blood vessels that carry blood leaving the heart. The pulmonic valve is between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery, which carries blood to the lungs. The aortic valve is between the left ventricle and the aorta, which carries blood to the body. What are the parts of the circulatory system? Two pathways come from the heart. The pulmonary circulation is a short loop from the heart to the lungs and back again. The systematic circulation carries blood from the heart to all the other parts of the body and back again. In pulmonary circulation, the pulmonary artery is a big artery that comes from the heart. It splits into two main branches and brings blood from the heart to the lungs. At the lungs, the blood picks up oxygen and drops off carbon dioxide. The blood then returns to the heart through the pulmonary veins. In systematic circulation, next, blood that returns to the heart has picked up lots of oxygen from the lungs, so it can now go out to the body. The aorta is a big artery that leaves the heart carrying this oxygenated blood. Branches of the aorta send blood to the muscles of the heart itself, as well as all other parts of the body. Like a tree, the branches get smaller and smaller as they get farther from the aorta. At each body part, a network of tiny blood vessels called capillaries connects the very small artery branches to very small veins. The capillaries have very thin walls, and through them, nutrients and oxygen are delivered to the cells. Waste products are brought into the capillaries. Capillaries then lead into small veins. Small veins lead to larger and larger veins as the blood approaches the heart. Valves in the veins keep blood flowing in the correct direction. Two large veins that lead into the heart are the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The terms superior and inferior don't mean that one vein is better than the other, but that they are located above and below the heart. Once the blood is back in the heart, it needs to re-enter the pulmonary circulation and go back to the lungs to drop off the carbon dioxide and pick up more oxygen. How can I help keep my heart healthy? To help keep your heart healthy, get plenty of exercise. Eat a nutritious diet. Reach and keep a healthy weight. If you smoke, quit. Go for regular medical checkups. Tell the doctor about any family history of heart problems. We hope now you have learned about the heart and its functions and the various parts of heart. If some concepts are not clear, then replay the video again and again. Still, if you have some questions, then ask your teacher.